Farmers are getting hit by pirates. No, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I wonder if we could do some damage here, actually. I wonder if we take this fight and do as much damage as we possibly can here to weaken them. We've got a mortar. We've got 3 colonial line infantry. Not too bad at all. We might be able to do some damage here. Let's take this fight. Let's see what damage we can do to the British. That might help us in the fight to come. Got to take the sting out of this charge. We've got to take the sting out of this charge. Come on, lads, do as much damage as you can here. Absolutely surrounded you, but damn, we've done some damage into the British, which is what we needed to do. Come on now, lads. Deal with this rebellion first here. Let's take this fight. Just remain calm here. The Knights of St. John campaign of this, my friends, over the last time, where we have a double header here, my friends, of problems. The first being, and of course the major one, is that Tunis has been taken by the British. The capital here of the start of our sort of North African sort of empire has been taken by the British. Of course, we were waiting for them to do something, and of course they struck at the worst possible time. And the reason is that because we have a rebellion also in Tripoli, which has absolutely put us on the back foot here. But with your advice, my friends, we are finally going to turn this around. We really are going to turn this around now. Now, all of you have said, every single one member of the council has said, Mala, you need to take Tunis. It really is the absolute epicenter. It is the most important, the most crucial sort of center you've got at the moment. You need to take it back no matter what. So that means abandoning Tripoli to the rebels here and taking the fight to the British. Now that is not going to be easy. Britain, remember, is not, even though they've taken some damage when we did sort of give them a sound, not a sound thrashing, I did, as many of you said, so we didn't really I didn't really use a correct strategy during the Battle of Tunis. What I should have done is set the troops back into the city and use the city to funnel sort of the British into, to give them a lot more damage, taking a lot more casualties. I didn't do that. That is completely my fault. It was a bad judgment by myself. It will not happen again, as you rightly point out. Secondly, many of you are saying, Mala, you need to sort of also, look, once you've dealt with the British and dealt with the rebellion as well in Tripoli, you need to start looking at the New World. I agree with you, we do need to do that, but also there's another really excellent argument as well in the sort of with the council. That argument, or should I, it's not an argument as well, but the sort of the plan put forward was for a church to be sort of built instead of a school, to be able to sort of bring these rebellions to an end, or but the potential for future rebellions coming to an end. Now that it was an excellent argument put forward, but even then again, my friends, I really was on the brink of moving towards using the church, getting missionaries out, as was suggested. We get missionaries out to help us there. I was on the brink of doing that, but it with the technology is so vital to us, and I think with the technological advances, we'll be able to sort of really kick on really quite aggressively in terms of our military and now indeed our economy, which, to be honest with you, really is the most vital factor here in this campaign. I'd like to thank all of you for your wonderful advice. As always, the council has been absolutely excellent. And also, just before I continue, I'd like to apologise for the lateness of this video. I've been very busy working away, my friends, so it hasn't been best for me to. I was going to record one last night quite late, but if, you know, the quality would have been not very good, and I don't believe in putting something out just for the sake of it. I'd rather have the quality there rather than the quantity. So I do apologise for the lateness of the video. But my friends, let's get down to business here. We have a lot to do here within this episode, and I've got a feeling the British are going to do something quite, how shall I say, something that's going to really put us on the back foot here. I've just got that feeling in my bones. So we're going to adapt and change, and we're not going to panic either. Now, as you can see here, we do have this here being hit by Venice here. The link here with the trade link we have here with the Ottomans is completely cut off, and to be honest with you, even if the Venetians move out, I doubt very much the Ottomans are going to repair this. I think they've got their hands full up in the north. And also, as you can see, they've got Izmir blockaded, I believe. Oh no, they haven't got Piraeus here, hasn't been blockaded, but they've got their major ports that are bringing all of their sort of economy to them have been blockaded here quite brutally. So I'm wondering, many of you said also that maybe we should, you know, dispatch with the alliance with the Ottomans, and just so that would give us a little bit of a leeway. I think what we might do, because the Ottomans are clearly a sort of a target, and we're not going to get anything from it, we might cancel the trade agreement with the Ottomans and look elsewhere for better trade. But our first priority is to use this army, bring this army up to full capacity. As you can see, it's taking a heck of a damage. We've got these two regiments being put together here, or being recruited here. We've also got two regiments here of horse cavalry here, so we're going to make this a full stack army, an army prepared for war against the British, because we're going to need to be. But there's also something else that we need to consider. We need money, because as I said to you, with the Ottomans being cut off, and if we are hit in that trade route there by anybody else, we're going to really feel it. So I've been thinking about it, and I think, although this may not be a very good call on my part, many of you might be saying, "Man, don't do it, don't do this." I think I'm going to cancel this Royal Palace. This Royal Palace is a luxury. It cost 4,500 for this, for the Royal Palace here. That's money we don't have at the moment. It would be much better suited in our bank. If for some reason our ports hit, or our economy is hit to the extent where we are possibly going to be into the minus, into a recession, we're going to need that money to sort of offset that recession, as it were. So to that end, I'm going to cancel the Royal Palace. As you can see, it's brought back nearly 8,000 here now into our coffers. As you can see, we're just above the breadline here. We really are sitting on a very, very low amount here. We've got tax levels absolutely rampant here, so that's not going to help either. You know, our popularity is shot right down. It was quite high, but now it's gone down. As you can see, the Ottoman Empire. I wonder if we cancel the Ottoman Empire trade and look somewhere else, because we're not going to have any joy. They're going to be continually hit by different nations here. I think we're going to make that call right now. I know some of you might be saying, "Man, don't break the trade agreement," but we're not getting anything off them, because they're in. I mean, look at their war with all these nations. I think we're not going to cancel the alliance, but we're going to cancel the trade agreement, see if we can look elsewhere. And even if we don't get anything straight away, at least we will be able to look further afield if things come our way. We'll cancel that trade agreement. Ooh. Oh, France. I wonder. Doesn't look like they're going to take that just yet, but even if none of them take any... Ooh, Prussia. Okay, not a problem. Doesn't look like they want to bother with this here. What about Portugal? Not at the moment. We may not be able to get one, as I said before, but that doesn't mean that we have... At least we've got an option open now. No. Now, let's just check the Mughal. I know they're in a pretty brutal war with the Mughal, with the Maratha Confederacy. There's no point in us opening up... Oh, look at that. It's blockaded. So if we had a great trade agreement with the Mughal Empire, there would be look at that. The port would be blockaded anyway, and also, as you can see, the Maratha Confederacy is pretty much, blitzkrieging pretty much across all of India here. So there's a real tussle here. If they don't come out on top, the Mughal Empire, we would lose that trade there. I wonder if we could move into the minor nations here. Crimean Khanate, Persia would be an excellent potential trade, but again, no, they're not going to do anything with us at all. That's fine. To be honest with you, we haven't lost anything. We might just sit and wait to see if anything comes our way. I would like to get it with France. That would be excellent. It really would be excellent for us to get that. France is looking pretty spectacular at the moment, but it's giving us... Look at that! Holy smokes! We've cancelled the trade agreement. We've got 2,049 because of it. Well, well, well. What do you know? One thing we definitely want to do is we're just going to move our naval forces. Once we've got that there, we'll move our naval forces into position. And I think that will suit us very well indeed. I think we're just going to see how this plays out at the moment, what the British are going to do. We need this army to replenish as best it can. As you can see, it's still not up to perfect specification, but that is a mind-boggling jump. Because we cancelled that trade agreement there, the trade has jumped significantly there. Our trade income has absolutely soared. Of course, look at that, 8,000 coming in from there. Because of course it's not being bogged down by the lack of trade with the Ottomans. What a wonderful sight there. And we need to get more and more ships into the trade nodes. That's going to be the real boon for us, isn't it? It really, really is. Now, here has to be... We have to be very wary here. And in fact, we're not going to move our gentleman up to here. We're going to move our gentleman here to Beja here, where he's going to be ready to perform his duties in the research. Well, let's end the turn here. See what happens. Let's be very, very cautious here, Britain. Britain's doing his duty there. Wait a minute, sir. Why are they moving down the coast there? Of course they're coming to Tripoli. They're going to try and take... But that is left Tunis completely unguarded. And of course we shall take full advantage of that, my friends. Full advantage. We must be vigilant here. Spain, Prussia. Of course, we've got an excellent new Spanish fleet here, which is excellent to guard our trade, and that's why I think the Indian trade node will be probably our main hub here for what we can do, because we've got a decent new new Spanish, should I say, armada here, especially against pirates and indeed against Britain potentially. Russia, Sweden. Okay, if we could just open up one of these major trade routes here, would be fantastic for us. It really, really would. There's New Spain again, dealing with any potential enemies here. And Savoy, they have quite a large fleet there. Raiding, no, not raiding the trade line. Morocco, and again, Morocco was also brought up numerous times by the Council of a potential target, but we've got to sit with what we've got at the moment. We cannot do anything, extravagant just yet. We've got to be able to manage what we've got, the resources at the moment. Oh, hitting the port, okay. But actually, if Britain takes Tripoli here, now they've replenished fully here, but... Oh, look at that, 9. Oh my word. It's gone down to 236. So for some reason there was that initial burst from dropping that, but it's still brought in 9. Look at that. We're well equipped here. 7,000. Oh, of course, the trade line must be being hit here, but what we're going to do is this, my friends. We are going to indeed venture forth. Now what we are going to do is take this fleet here, just in case. We'll leave one ship in here. We shall move the rest of the fleet here. And we're going to circumnavigate or circumvent this here. This British force here. We're going to move the army. Oh, a wonderful sight, sir. And straight into here. Can we... Oh, look at that, straight up the coast. Can we get it to surrender? Yes, look at that, my friends. What a wonderful sight there. Now we've got the horse, this 2 cavalry here. Ideally we need that to be moved into position as well. So what we will do is we will take the leopard, beg your pardon. Move the leopard into here.
Muoviamoci. In attesa di altri ordini.
Oh. Gentlemen, what we will do, we'll just drop the navy out of here.
Piegare le vele. in viaggio.
That's quite nice. Now the navy though we're going to actually put here.
Piegare le vele.
It's one ship in here just in case we are blockaded. The rest of the fleet will be here. Now what can we get out of this shipyard here if we're going to get 6 more 6-rates? I think we'll repair that just for future, but also we're going to repair the governor's palace. That is essential there for bringing down some also the bonus here, but also bringing the repression to the area, bringing in as it stabilised quite quickly. Actually, look at that there. They're obviously pleased to see us back, which is wonderful to see. How much is it for the barracks? That's 410. I think we'll have the barracks repaired as well. So we've still got 7299. The Royal Observatory and the Cannon Foundry won't do just yet. What will the barracks give us here? Of course, it'll give us the Clone Line Infantry. We really do need to get that research up as quickly as possible. Tunis, we recaptured Tunis, but obviously we're going to let Tripoli go. Tripoli will fall. 5 more turns for Beja. Or Bajaya, beg your pardon, Bajaya. We've got Morocco here. We're going to keep this small force here. Not that it can do. Oh, actually, we've got these here. I think we'll move these. Although they're not really much good to us, I think what we'll do is we'll move them into the trade ports. We might as well move them into the trade areas. Wait a minute, we'll move them to the South American here. There's no point just keeping them here doing nothing. Now, I got a feeling that once they've taken Tripoli, this fleet will do something, because they've lost Tunis. It was here to guard Tunis. But this fleet is going to do something. And it might not be in our best interest. I don't know if we can, let's see if we can open any more trade with anyone. Now that's closed off there. We've only got the Mughal Empire here. Got Portugal. No. Sweden, probably going to have the same result. Yes, indeed. Portugal is +1, so we've just got to sit this out here until we can really get ourselves into a position where we might have a nation that does accept. So Persia is indifferent. Let's see if they'll accept it. Nope. Not high enough with them just yet. Let's have a look how it's going, the war over here. Oh, wait a minute, sir. That port is now free. That's moved from blockade. I wonder if we can get there with the Mughal Empire. Oh. That's a beautiful sight, and of course that's being raided here by this one ship here. Oh, that's a very nice. Oh, that's a nice sight. Trade. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Immediately, 2,458 straight away. Spices. They're absolutely picking up the spices by the bucket load there from the East Indies. That's why we've got to keep that East Indies trade route open. That is fantastic to see. It really is. Looks like there's a heck of a fight going on here. Look at that there. Look at that army there. Oh, that's a monster of an army. It really is. The fight here is absolutely brutal. What have they brought in here? Sikh musketeers. Oh, Sikh warriors. Wow, what a fight's going on there. But we're not interested in that. All we're interested in is the trade here. Oh, that is a large Dutch fleet there. They're obviously here to protect their interests, which is fair enough, but that is quite the fleet. Now we've got trade with the Mughal Empire, so bit by bit we're bringing things together here. Now let's get our gentlemen into position. There's no point just standing around idling away. One thing I cannot abide is laziness. Now we've got things under repair here. This has obviously been hit here. There's no point in repairing it because Britain's going to come in and take it. So, but they can deal with the rebellion. So in a way they're going to be dealing with the problem that we sort of had, but they might even get rid of it for us, in which case eventually what we'll do is we'll use this army here to strike down into Tripoli and take Tripoli from them, and they will have dealt with their rebellion for us. Whew, 7299, that's not too bad at all there, if I do say so myself. That is, look at that, look at the trade income there, excellent to see. Right, let's end the turn. We're so close to getting that school up. 5 more turns. Let's end the turn there. Oh. There it is. Now, we're just not going to do anything with damage with this here at all. And there's no point in fighting this because we're not actually going to be coming for Tripoli. So we'll just auto-resolve that. Oh, they lost 270 anyway. I wonder if the rebels are... Oh dear, there it is. There it is, as was predicted, my friends. They've moved in, but we don't panic. There might be a way out of that. It looks pretty bad at the moment, and it is bad for us. But there might be a way out of that. It's a little trick we might be able to do here, which we will just have a look at. Now we're going to take a hit here because, of course, now our trade has been cut off. We are going to be... This money here is going to start to be soaked away by sort of the costs for troops and naval facilities and that. But there might be a way we can possibly push that British fleet out of there without great sort of cost to our fleet, if that makes any sense. Russia? What are Russia doing up by there? What were they do? Oh, of course they were just by there, weren't they? Got to be careful here with the trade lines being, but of course our trade... Wait a minute, sir. We've just... Oh, I don't believe it. The first moment we get some trade and bam, another trade route is cut off there. Absolutely typical. Well, so what we've got to deal with this. There's no point in panicking. There's no point in panicking at all. Looks like there's going to be a real humdinger of a fight there. Don't tell me we've got to trade. We've got to cancel the trade agreement with the Mughal Empire has taken a fierce beating here from the Maratha Confederacy. Who knows where that might end up? If the Maratha Confederacy takes over there, we might be doing business with them. Ooh. Now that's given him a sound thrashing there. We know that's gone. Tripoli's lost, we know that. Blockaded port, we know that as well. Now, let's not panic. Ooh. Excellent. So, we've got nothing coming out of here, of course it's been cut off, but we've already got two, so we're going to add to this fleet here. We've got the Dutch here as well, which is fantastic to see. Thank you, good sir. Now, there might be a trick we can do here. There's a little bit of a trick sometimes that we can possibly do here. If we attack this fleet here, although it's got one ship, because the way the island is situated, sort of one island here, sometimes you can push out a vastly superior fleet away from your port. You can actually remove the blockade even if you lose a ship, if you understand what I mean. So it can work sometimes. So we're going to try that. It might not work in this instance. As you can see, look at that. Look at that. I mean, that is an insane amount of damage we're going to take there economically, because basically we've been cut off from our main supply here. So we're going to try and do that if we can, and see what happens here. Let's see if we can do this. I mean, look how superior they are to us there. Let's just see what happens here. There it is. It worked. Only minus 961 here now. The fleet has been destroyed, but the port has been opened. Minus 961 here. Ah. That's why. So minus 413. Now trade is cut off again here. We might just up that there to try and compensate. 200 minus 212 here. But a little bit of patience. They're friendly with us, but there's no point in having the trade agreement with these if we can't get any trade from them. So we're going to have to cancel that trade agreement as well. They're unfriendly with us, which is fine. We just have to accept that. And now there's Sweden. No. And Portugal, maybe. I know because we're cancelling the trade agreements it's not going to look good, but to be honest with you, at this time it doesn't really matter. No. We know we could throw money at it, but there's no point. We need that money. Ooh, 1,310. Excellent to see there, sir. Right, let's just try and keep ourselves on an even footing here. We've done what we need. We've pushed away that British fleet. Now there's a chance that they might... What we'll do is we'll put a galleon in there as well, just in case we can do the same thing again. But again, that's a little trick there that might sometimes help. It pushes away the fleet from the battle. They come to battle and then they move out from that port. It might not last for very long, but hopefully the British will take their their instructions and move away from there, giving us time to really settle ourselves down here a little bit. We can't get anything into this because the island is now completely surrounded, as it were. But eventually we're going to have to deal with Tripoli here. We need to take Tripoli at some point, but there's a chance they might get a rebellion here. There's a very strong chance, unless they move out, take care of the rebellion. The tax rate there is nearly 50%. That's crazy. But of course, our growth is absolutely going to sink like a ship. If we lower the tax here, actually that's not too bad actually. If we do that, 743, 542, but that'll growth will actually come back to these towns, so that'll be excellent to see. Let's see what we can do here anyway. At the moment we're just waiting, we're trying to be patient here. Now how long for 4 more turns, let's end the turn here. Let's see what happens. It's moved away. And they've also dealt with the rebellion. Ooh, ho, ho, ho. France is on the move, but where to, good sir? And they've also moving in that direction there. That's a bit strange. Were they heading possibly for Spanish or New Spain or maybe even Genoa? That would be interesting. But Britain has moved that fleet away. That is the crucial thing here. Now, if we can build another 6th-rate ship and put it in that port there, each time Britain tries to does that to us, we can do the same thing. We can battle them with one ship and push them away. For a moment, I thought it was the end. I thought it was possibly the end there, but we might have just potentially ridden that out. Not saying we have completely, but for the moment, for the immediate future, we have actually ridden that out slightly here. Let's see where that gets us. Russia. Again, we needed to get an agreement with another sort of a major power block, as it were, something that we know is going to be consistent trading. Because at the moment we're just sort of trading with nations that are either being hit or are about to be hit with different sanctions. We don't need that. We need something that's going to give us stability. That is really the crucial factor here. Genoa. Pirates, which can be an absolute menace. Look at that. Raiding that trade line there. 515, so still not too bad here at all. Let's just keep ourselves here vigilant. Now we're going to split the fleet here. Wait a minute. Okay, that's Russia here. Got to be careful what we do in there. Oh, that's a huge jump. That's why we've got to keep feeding those into there all the time. What we might do here is actually send this gentleman. Send this light. I know the sloops are really the ones we want to go for, but at the moment we've just got to adapt to our circumstances. So we're going to probably send this light galleon. Actually, it can't go very far, which is a little bit of a nuisance, but it can go to here. And then this trip can be carried out next time around. Excellent. Okay. So that's increasing. We need to get that to a decent state here. We're actually going to move the Leopard into here. And I think we can probably recruit another 6th rate from here. Now that's going to lower that down there a bit. 1095 is not too bad at all, as long as we keep that trade coming in here. It's gone up to 65% there. Can we get trade with anybody else? Let's have a quick look. We're going to keep trying. We're not going to give up. Nope, they're not interested. Rather Confederacy, I wonder. Yes, excellent, sir. What a coup that is there. 2015. Can this hold here? I hope so. But look at that, 3,073 already. That's because we've increased our trade fleets in the trade nodes. Now, ideally we need to probably increase our trade node fleet here in East Indies as well. 1846, we can probably increase that as well exponentially. Oh. Now Britain might come back here, but we are prepared for that. We're also building another vessel here, the sixth rate here, which will take care of it. We've got another 6th rated here just to push them out if they do come here again. But as you can see, look at that. The Ottoman Empire is being still cut off, so we wouldn't have got anything from there at all. It's still burning here. That is still cut off there. So the trade agreement we had with the Ottomans was actually a false dawn, as it were. But we need to take Tripoli off to Britain, but not just yet. We'll let them have that for a moment, because they've crushed that rebellion there for us. Immigration to the colonies, so actually they're allowing immigration here. Oh, 3 more turns. We're just poised here with this gentleman here. Now this army is in good shape. We could of course bring one of these back up to full. I think we'll just get the cannon foundry up. Thus, we're going to, bit by bit, we're going to sort of start repairing Tunis. What's the growth like here in Tunis? Let's have a look. It's gone 8 here. Tax burden is still a problem here, but the income will eventually increase. Oh, look at that. That's excellent to see. Whew. Okay, but we need to get Tripoli as well. We need to bring Tripoli back under our control here, and they've exempted it from tax. That's the reason why they've got that. That's where they've got growth here. But eventually we will take that back, but not just yet. We need to get ourselves much better, more established here. But ultimately we need this school here. We've got to keep enough money to be able to build that school here in Bajaya. Right, let's end the turn. Nothing silly now, Britain. Nothing silly from you, sir. Oh, well done. France. We're going to stay cautionary. We're going to try and keep our head below the parapet, as it were. There's Spain. Spain haven't done anything against Morocco yet, which I do find very surprising. Poland, which I believe has just moved into that area there, which was Prussian. So there's a chance there's going to be a real fight there going on. Russia, once again, my friends, what will they do here? Marathans, please, Maratha, keep that trade open, please, sir. Now, why is Morocco moving more troops in? Oh, this is unbelievable. So, we've taken a little bit of a beating. Well, that's a bit of an understatement there. Oh, my goodness me. 1,000 minus... Rather strategy. That's why we just seem to be at the mercy of everything else, don't we, really, to be honest with you. And of course our trade there has dropped because of that. Right, let's send this ship here that we had planned. We'll move. I think we'll send this to the Ivory Coast here. We'll actually send it to the East Indies. We've got a lot of trade coming up through the Ivory Coast way here, the northwest. But look at that, we've taken a huge hit there because of that trade there with the Marathas being cut off here. And of course they've got Gujarat now as well. But come on now. Just push this out here, repair this, get this back open with us again. Otherwise we've got to look somewhere else again, which is absolutely incredible, to be honest with you. We don't really have the money for that. 1250, that's going to put us right on the edge here of a recession again. And we really are up against it then. We really, really are. Have the Ottomans repaired this? I don't believe they've actually repaired it. No, they haven't. There's still nothing coming out of here at all. But then again, they looks like they might have repaired... Well, they haven't repaired it at all, I beg your pardon. So that trade there with the Ottomans wasn't any good anyway. We're just waiting for this to come on the stream here. 2 more turns. Let's end the turn there again, my friends. Let's see what happens here. Okay, we'll trade with anybody else. No, we can't. Unfortunately not. We don't have enough trade lines here. Let's see if the Marathons can do something about that trade. I do apologise, my friends, for the sort of the lack of action, as it were. A lot of the turns going quite quickly, but this is the nature of this campaign, because we're sort of at a very, very small, sort of infant steps, as it were, here in this empire. We've got to take things very carefully here. There's Poland obviously doing their thing as well. Russia, my friends, once again, we just can hope that the Mughal Empire can do some, not the Maratha Confederacy, I beg your pardon, can do something here. Come on now, Maratha Confederacy, please have pushed those out of there. It doesn't look like they have, which is an absolute menace to us here. Oh, did they just move out of there anyway? Looks like the Italian states are in a bit of trouble there with the Russians. Which is never a bad thing. Oh dear. Oh dearie dearie me. Oh! Oh, excellent. No. Oh, Martha, the Confederacy's opened back up again. Thank goodness for that. Oh, my word, we're at the mercy of so many different aspects here. That's opened up again. Thank goodness for that. Whew. So we're bankrupt just for one turn, but we're gonna. Oh my goodness, we need that money. We're going to try and get this. This could be it could be ready now. After all this time, it could be finally ready. We're just going to let the British here just sit here and let do their own thing. We don't mind that at all. They've actually lost a pikeman, and they've also lost some cavalry by the looks of it, which is good for us in the long run. Whew. Now I know we've got a standing army here. We just got to wait, my friends. We've just got to wait here. If we can get this up here, we can finally start doing things here. And if we can get 1,900, we can get nearly 2,000 coming in, then it'll definitely prove an absolute boon to us. It really will. That's an absolute lifesaver there. It really is. What have we got coming in from New Spain? 1,551, 1,181 from there. 10,000 coming in here from other trade sources, which really has proved the difference here. Hopefully that will increase. Let's end the turn again. We're going to look at some pretty quick turnarounds here. We just want to see what we're going to have coming in here now. If that 2,000 does stick here, then we will be sitting pretty well here. We can get that school built. Britain is just sitting here quite contently here. Spain. I thought that was going to hit us then, but no, they've obviously moved away here. They've obviously got other duties further afield. Russia, my friends, once again, if we could get an alliance with Russia, or even, dare I say, a trade agreement with Russia eventually, that would be wonderful. Oh. Now, where was Russia heading? Were they heading towards the Ottomans? Come on now, Marathans, keep that open there. Mughal Empire, you just stay away. You just keep your nose out of there. Well done, sir. Trade still coming in here. Come on, give us some trade here. Give us some money. Yes, look at that. What a wonderful sight. A newer town. There it is at last. At all this time, my friends. And now finally, mind you, we can really do with that. Look at that. A craft workshop. But no, it must be the school. It's going to take up almost all our money. 1681. At last. It's under progress. The fleet arrives. Excellent. Now, can we... Is there any other trade routes available here? Look at New Spain. It's bringing in an absolute... New Spain, Maratha Confederacy. I would imagine that's probably going to be... Yeah. Venice. So we're going to move our fleet to here. Increase that to 2012 coming in here. Oh, 2018. Fantastic, my friends. Fantastic. Oh. Look at that coming in from there. Whew. Okay, we've got the school being built. That's going to take 3 turns. Then we can move our gentlemen. And then we can finally start. But look what Plug Bayonet brings us. It brings us Royal Cairo Infantry Guards and African Infantry Guards. I mean, look at that. Oh my word, that is fantastic to see. It really is. I mean, look at the defense, 16. What else are we going to get here? Let's have a look. We got carbines. What's it going to bring us? Oh my word. Carbineers, horse grenadier guards. I'm going to look at the cost, but my word, look at that. It's going to give us a wonderful selection of troops here. It really is. Square formation. We've got cannon, which is going to give us enable this ordnance factory. Improved grenades give us +1 to command when besieging and when leading artillery units, which is excellent. What about plug ring bayonets? Nothing here. Will give us drill. Actually, we can probably get barracks. We've got barracks already. We got drill school. Is really going to open up. We'll get that. We'll get these gentlemen eventually with plug bayonets. So we get grenadiers there. Then we can really start to really stretch ourselves then and start to look elsewhere. We might be able to move against the British. We've also got to remember we can't ignore our navy here. We've got to keep the navy going as well, but that's going to take a while. We've got to build this up here. Thankfully the trade is taking care of this. We've got to trying to get our tax income up, but to be honest with you, we need Tripoli. We've got to try and retake Tripoli, or at least get another army together and move that other army, or this army at least, and get another army that can take care of you know, looking after Tunis. We can then send this army to the New World. We finally got our school in production now. You know, in sort of, you know, building phase, as it were. I know the church was definitely on the cards there for being taken, but we just need this technology, especially for those Royal Cairo infantry. That would be a fantastic addition to our forces. It really would. That will give us the steel, the backbone we need there for our armies. It really will. Once again, I'd like to thank all of you, my friends, everybody, the whole council have been absolutely wonderful. They really have, in all your suggestions. You really have helped here get to where we are now. We've had a few setbacks, but only because of your help have we managed to push through those setbacks. And also, we haven't given up yet. We're not going to give up yet. We will be expanding into the New World eventually. Let's just make sure, see, everything is still the same as it was. Yes, indeed it is. Nothing has really changed here. I only wish these would collapse here so we can move into there, but of course France have got them. 13 colonies is still looking pretty strong here, but France is in Canada here, so nothing has really changed in North America. Luckily, New Spain is still really bringing a lot of money out of there, out of Mexico. That's a huge amount of money there. A lot of our trade is going through here, as you can see. But my friends, I'm going to end this episode here. Again, thank you for all your comments. I do apologise for this being late, but I have been away for a few days, and it's I was going to record earlier, but again, the quality wouldn't have been good because I was so tired. The quality would not have been up to scratch. And I don't like putting out videos that aren't of good quality. I could, you know, if I was doing this full time, you'd probably get 2 or 3 videos a day. You really would, because I'd love to do it so much that, put out so many videos for you, but unfortunately the way things are at the moment, I can only do them every couple of days, but I want to keep the quality as high as I possibly can. So I hope you understand that, but I do apologise for being a bit late this time around. I'll try and improve the frequency of the videos if I can, but thank you once again, my friends, for all your support and all your help here. If you've enjoyed this, please keep your comments coming down below. Your comments have been absolutely fantastic. They mean so much, they really do. But I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope you're having a great weekend, and until next time, my friends, bye for now.